Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Nix back again with episode 9 of the Color Commentary Wrestling Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a nice show tonight. Got some good news as always. Be sure that you guys are following along with the CCW pod on all platforms. Shout out to everybody who's watching on Twitch tonight, everybody checking on YouTube, and the fam over at Facebook. Please be sure that you are following our social media accounts as well. We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, and of course, we're on YouTube as well. So follow all those and be sure you are checking in with us and keeping up with what we're doing here. We have amazing things coming up in the future. Special guests coming up in mind. Some I can't talk about, some I can't, but we will get into those in the future. But tonight we have the Trios champions tonight, myself, and bringing on my other champions as well too. First and foremost, as always, people, the one and only, my one and only, the phenomenal KD Cosplay. Yes, sir. Hey, baby, how you doing?
Hey, boo.
You doing good tonight?
I'm good. Rocking my merch.
Yeah. Do you speak? Hey, don't keep the guns out the camera now. I'm telling you. We're gonna turn this from sweet clean WWE to ECW real quick.
NC-14.
NC-14.
NC-17. What is it? I don't even know the ratings.
You wow. All right. And to round out the evening, this three-headed monster for this evening, we're bringing on the one and only, the frosty, bearded Blurticorn, the great champion that he is, ladies and gentlemen, my uncle, your uncle, Mr. Navy Montana.
Hey, everybody, what's going on?
Why are you covering your eyes?
First of all, that shit gonna be rated Aura because that joke can come out. I'm gonna roll out of this chair and I'm gonna remove myself because all I need, my virgin. Just kidding. Just
you
kidding.
Stupid. You stupid.
Hey, everybody, what is going on? This is your frosty bearded Blurticorn once again to share the screen with this amazing dynamic duo, right, y'all? The king and the queen of the wrestling world.
What?
I like that.
I'm the court jester, so I get to crack all the jokes.
I'm not the jester.
King. I like how that sounds.
I'm the concession guy to my, hey, you want cheese on your hot dog?
You wow. Oh man, got a great show tonight, y'all. Let's go ahead and hop into it and do what we do about this time, people. Let's talk of this wrestling thing.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this contest set for one fall.
One fall.
I was gonna signal. I was like, wait for. See, that was a problem. We Static and Slim were the ones messing us up. So that was the problem right there.
Yeah, of course, Lou was always late, but whatever. We still love them no less. They are our fan. We appreciate the hell out of them. Sorry they couldn't be here this evening, but hey, we still gonna give y'all a good show no less. Let's go ahead and kick it off to Monday Night Raw. Bobby Lashley defeated Seth freaking Rollins to retain the United States Championship. We kind of saw that happening. Matt Riddle then charged the ring to provide distraction, which allowed Lashley to hit the divisive spear on Rollins. We then had Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka interrupted by Damage Control celebration. They pretty much tore each other apart as always. Kevin Owens defeated Austin Theory again. We saw that happening. The Brawling Brutes then had a promo with the Street Profits. Then the Brawling Brutes defeated the Street Profits in a tag team match. The Judgment Day is now reveling in their recent actions with Dominic Mysterio. The Judgment Day then went on to defeat Rey Mysterio and Matt Riddle in a tag team match. Yeah, whatever. Dexter Lumis again tried to abduct The Miz while he was giving Miz TV, but The Miz managed to escape.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad he got away. We then had Bayley in a one-on-one match with Alexa Bliss, and Bayley picked up the win on that one. I'm liking this new
Alexa
Bailey.
the Bliss. Really?
Alexa the Bliss. I'm liking this new Bailey. I like this Bailey. She doing her thing. And then after the match, Bailey finally challenged Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship at Extreme Rules. So pretty decent match we're looking at here at Extreme Rules. Should be pretty good.
It's gonna be thumbtacks on a pole match.
So what's his name? I just lost my train of thought, y'all. I'm sorry. He's a bruiser, right? Now
you talking about Pete Dunne?
Are they trying to get him back to being Pete Dunne? Like,
I hope so, because this damn every time I see Butch, I cringe.
Yeah, he's acting more like, like they're slowly transitioning him. I don't know why it's got to be a slow transition. He can just come out and be like, "Call me Pete,"
Exactly. Give him his old music. Let him wear his old furs on his shoulders. Because every time whether he was a heel or a face, the man, when he came out, he made an impression. He brought energy to it just because he was already intense.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's move on to NXT. Solo Sikoa was forced to relinquish the NXT North American title because he was not sanctioned for the match or one of the picks for the night where everyone in the WWE universe was allowed to pick their opponent.
Can I comment on this real quick?
Sure, yeah.
There's only one word that expresses how I feel at this point. With one of the dumbest fucking decisions I've ever heard in the history of 3 letters that make me want to vomit. Bruh, how do you do this? You couldn't find a better way to strip him of the title, maybe relieve him of the title, something a little more respectable where the momentum that he's built isn't torn down. No, what you do is you say, well, he wasn't the right. But you know what? Because, bruh, if he was not designated to walk through that fucking curtain and get in that ring and wrestle, he wouldn't have walked through gorilla position. Something's going on. Shawn Michaels on his meds?
Probably not.
That little tight ass hoo-ha, he fucked up. And that made me so mad. I'm like, you had a storyline. The latest member of the Bloodline with a title from NXT, that's extending power to the other brand.
Yep.
All right, I'm getting off my soapbox because I got to give it back to Walmart because I'm already irritated. This some bullshit.
Nathan Frazier, who's actually pretty impressive, defeated Axiom to tie their best of 3 series. So now they're now tied 1-1, and the tiebreakers come up next week. Then we had Toxic Attraction defeat Ivy Nile and Tatum Paxley.
I want them to go away.
All right, cool.
I'm sorry, KD, if you don't speak on this girl, because that face right there was a paragraph.
Oh gosh, just throw them away. But if anybody needs to go back to the drawing board, take them back to the drawing board, boy. They are. Ugh.
Yeah.
I don't like him. I don't like that at all.
Mandy Rose as NXT Women's Champion was never appealing to begin with. Because that came out of the blue, first of all, just like all these other decisions that came completely out of the blue. Okay, you're gonna take the title off Solo Sikoa, who puts on clinics when he gets in the ring.
Okay.
But you're gonna put this title on someone who barely made an impact on the main roster. It's like Dolph Ziggler into NXT. That's what it is. It's like, hey Dolph, you want a title? Come on in, we got you.
That wasn't right, but okay.
See, I like Dolph though. See, Dolph actually added more to the brand because he's already a natural performer. The man can draw a crowd.
Yeah.
He is a walking highlight reel. Every time he performs, it is peerless.
Win or lose. Yeah.
I feel you. The Schism stated NXT's adjustment period is over. Okay. The Schism. The Dyad defeated
That word.
Idris
Sounds like a
Enofi.
pimple that has a name on it. It's like, I got this schism on my arm. Give me some mercurochrome and methylate. You know, I might be all right with that. Give me some iodine.
what?
If you she
Wait
Katie,
a
you know what I'm talking about.
Wait, first of all, you're not gonna speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
Some what?
Yo, that's some old great grandmother stuff though. You know, if you
That's
know
on
about
that's on the shelf next to the Father John, ain't it?
man, it's next to the black draught. Okay, if you know
Uh-oh.
what if you know what black draught, you know what black draught is. If you know,
Whoa.
you know.
Wow. Okay. The Dyad defeated Idris Enofi and Malik Blade. All right.
I think we broke him.
Cora Jade then defeated Wendy Chu. Two gimmicks I'm not really feeling too much. Cora Jade is better as a face.
Agreed.
Carmelo Hayes claimed he is still the A champion, which you're really not because you had your title given back to you. But that's neither here nor there. Andre Chase and Buddy Hayward defeated Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams. That's very good there to be the A champion. You're getting defeated. All right, cool. Von Wagner then defeated Sangha. Then we had Oro Minesh defeat Grayson Waller to earn a spot in the Halloween Havoc North American title ladder match. So there's a tournament going on for that. Then we had JD McDonough defeat Tyler Bate to become the top contender for the NXT title. So now we're going to have JD McDonough take on Braun Breaker, which should be a pretty decent match if I say so myself.
So now Sanga's full name is what? Sangha of the Thunder or something
I think
like
so.
that? So they named him after a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
You're wrong for that one.
No, there is a Yu-Gi-Oh card called Sangha of the Thunder.
I know there is, but I'm just
I was like, wow, who came up with this? And he's like, bro, you named me after a Yu-Gi-Oh card, bro. I don't know how to feel about
They're
that, bro.
running out of ideas.
yeah.
And I
All right, now let's move on to Wednesday night, and you know what that means. Dynamite Grand Slam night 1.
One hell of a night. Good Lord.
Indeed. Let's just go from the top. Ring of Honor World Championship match.
Can we skip over that?
Claudio Castagnoli
Can we skip over that, please?
taking on the Wizard Chris Jericho. Very, very good match. Hella, this is awesome chance. Then we had distraction from the bat that Jericho brings to the ring, but then Claudio blocked it.
Getting like paid because that bat gets just as much work as some of the people that's on the roster. Like, jeez.
I was not happy about this at all. Are y'all that determined to put a title on Jericho that you screw over Claudio? Really?
I mean, I think it's just a way to just bring more eyes to the championship. I mean, if you're gonna put eyes on a championship belt, you gotta put it on Jericho.
But to me, it's a bit of impatience because they're trying to put it on someone so they could skyrocket the visual. But here's the problem, though. AEW has always been known for giving it to someone and letting them build momentum with the title, which is the problem with the TBS and the TNT championships. Because I'm sorry, I've talked about this. Jade, you're amazing. However, the story is getting stale. There's no threat to her title reign at all.
No, there's not.
And they've written it that way. So now the title is starting to become just a piece of jewelry. You may be that bitch, but I need you to be on that story. Okay. All right, I'm just gonna hold my cane close because I feel it falling over.
Then we moved on to the AEW World Tag Team Championship match. Swerve in Our Glory with Swerve Strickland and Limitless Keith Lee taking on everybody loves the Acclaim. Oh my God. Incredible match.
Indeed.
To have the Acclaim snatch up their first tag team title run. Everybody give it up for the Acclaim.
scissor me, daddy ass. I love that. I love
I'm gonna need
that.
y'all to go to different rooms for that, okay? Because this is the you know what I'm saying? But this illustrates what I'm talking about. An act that's been there since day one, who has put in the work, who has paid the dues, and the title's gonna be on someone that is hot. And there's so much story to tell because the wrestlers are telling the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what's happening is definitely what I want to have happen. The Acclaim of the tag team champions, and we definitely are going to be seeing a feud between Swerve and Keith Lee.
Yeah,
very, very soon. And those clash of styles are definitely going to make this an incredible feud to watch.
It's going to be interesting.
Tony Schiavone then was interviewing Wheeler Yuta to get his mindset on what's going on between the championship match between the two members of the Blackpool Combat Club, only to be interrupted by MJF. Of course, MJF.
Captain Burberry.
He said his stuff, and then of course they went on to the third title match of the night, the AEW All Atlantic Championship match from Tupac.
Tupac.
Yeah, 2 titles. He's Tupac. He has All Atlantic and the trio, so he's Tupac.
Boo!
You said it. Yeah. No,
he's Tupac. Okay.
Then we call him Pac squared. Pac Dose. Duo Pac.
No.
Duo Pac.
Double Pac. Hell, I'm running out of ideas here.
Versus freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy.
I like Pac Dose.
Incredible match again. This is awesome chants. Pac was getting hella frustrated by Orange Cassidy shenanigans.
Which I love. I love it. Like, that is something that it's not getting stale to me. Because Orange, he'll do the whole, his thing, but then he'll get loose, then he right back to it. So I love the back and forth with him.
Mm-hmm.
He's an amazing wrestler, but he can really sell that stuff too. I like that.
Yeah.
Pac ended up retaining, and then we moved on to the AEW.
No, how did he retain? Come on now, don't hide that.
Well, Pac popped Orange with the ring bell hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Ref didn't see it, so he rolled him in, took that pin. But hey, he's not a good guy. He's a heel.
That's true. It's and it's not even that. It's I think what won me over was the referee's reaction when he rolled Orange into the ring and he pinned him. Ref's like, "What did you do?"
He was like, "I just elbowed him."
What did you do? What did you do? And I love that. You don't let the referees kind of just stand there and be a ring post like 1, 2, 3, yay, winning. He's like, "What did you do? What did you do?" He was moving around. Just an elbow.
Do you see these elbows, man? You just hit him with one.
Be like, you've been hitting him with elbows all night, nigga, and he been bouncing back. So explain to me, what did you do?
You're trying to tell me I didn't hit him with an elbow.
This accent, though.
I got a built-in shillelagh in my arm.
Oh my gosh, fam.
We're canceled. And we're canceled.
Somewhere
Moving on.
going, I don't think that's how it's supposed to work.
Can't help it, Captain.
You got to be better than that. I can't have you do this sort of thing here.
I had to hit him with the bell ring. I need to be the Highlander.
What?
That sounded
Move
German.
on. Move on.
Yes.
AEW Interim Women's Championship match: Toni Storm versus Serena Deeb versus Athena versus Dr. Britt Baker, DMD with Rebel. Really good match.
The second leader of the company.
Of course, Britt Baker's definitely going to bleed. Serena Deeb, man, like, can we get a title on her? Like, please, like, can we develop something else for the women? Like, maybe even a tag team title. I know that's kind of like forbidden right now, but can we please? Oh, hold on, people. Hold on. Wait a minute. We might not have a 3-headed monster. We might have a fatal 4-way this evening because we are bringing in the blurred over intercontinental champion, Static Jones, baby.
And also the new IWGP World Heavyweight Champion.
Woo! That looks nice, my guy.
That's why he was late. He took his monkey ass all the way to Japan to get the damn thing because UPS wasn't doing their job.
Hey,
You gotta
bro,
go all the way
How's
to
everybody
California
doing?
to sign your package.
good,
Man,
man.
where
We
you been,
good.
sir?
Family dinner.
He had to wash that hair.
Yeah.
And he ain't bring us a plate. Ain't that some shit?
I
Man,
know, right? You all late. You ain't bring a nigga a roll, no
Nothing.
sausages.
maybe a piece of cake or something. I know your mama made cake. You could at least bring cake.
We had lots of pies though.
You ain't bring no potato salad. You ain't
Nothing, man.
Look,
Like
we're
you said,
gonna
no.
start doing our own family dinner here in Norfolk, so we can
Fact.
tell
Where's the green beans at?
no, right?
Bro.
No, live stream that shit like you got some more of that Cheerio to go mac and cheese. Yeah, shout Cheerio to go. We need a sponsorship. Shout Cheerio to go.
Oh, if they would sponsor us for real, I would. It would change from color commentary to my 600-pound life because they can't.
Oh gosh,
I love Cheerio to go. Oh my God.
Yo, Unc, serious. If you have not been there, yo, shout Cheerio to go for real. If you have not been there, oh
Where
my
is
God.
this? What is this?
You
It's
haven't been. That's
downtown.
our Sunday dinner next week for real. Like we're gonna do that for real. Like
Okay.
for real. Okay. We'll talk about that afterwards. I'm sorry. My host, you see how that hostess popped right out, didn't she?
Yeah, it did. It did. It
sorry.
really did. I love you for that, though.
This came right out.
It did. I'm sorry.
It's an amazing.
But
thing.
Static,
We're
you are
gonna
just in time,
bring
brother,
people
because
in
talking about
July.
the AEW Women's Championship match. And of course, we had Toni Storm pick up the win. Then Jamie Hayter sprint to the ring, thinking that she was going to give Britt the business. But of course, she then double teamed on Toni while Deeb and Athena got attacked as well, too. Baker curve stomped Athena. And then we heard music we had not heard before. And then out walked Saraya. Ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you this without any sort of no cap in my speech at all. This was probably the second biggest pop in AEW history next to CM Punk returning to wrestling. This pop was fucking loud.
And she's back to her old self again, like before Hollywood changed her.
Yeah.
Exactly. And just in case anyone out there does not know, she is 100% cleared to compete.
Let's go.
So excited about what this is about to do for the women's division.
So we'll pause on this for a quick second. Saraya in AEW matchups you would love to see. Baby, take it to you. Who would you love to see as Saraya's opponent, or maybe even first opponent?
I would say for box office draw, her and Britt, definitely. But she has the box office draw, like the entertainment value to wrestle Britt, but she also has the tech savvy to wrestle Serena. I personally think I still want Athena to take the title off of Jade. They're not going to do that. But if anybody's going to take the title, from her, if they let anybody take it, let it be her. I don't think they will, but that seems the most feasible to me. But I do want to see her and Britt go. I don't know. Let her run through the roster. Let her go. Let her go.
Yeah.
Everybody, let her go.
Navy, Saraya versus who?
Oh wow. Honestly, I would like to see her dismantle the baddies, getting all the way up to Jade Cargill. I would like to see that dichotomy, because if you put her in the ring with just the standard fare, okay, her against Serena Deeb, a clinic, Athena, absolute, all of them. but she's here. Let her start creating a storyline with something where there's some relevance to it instead of just taking on random people.
Right.
Because one thing she's always been, especially in WWE, she always had a focus and a purpose, and she went straight to it. So create that here with the TBS title as the prize. Put the title on her. Now you can create a story with somebody. Even make it like a return story after everything she's been through, and she ultimately will win that TBS title. Plus, this gives Jade Cargill, and I hate to say it, and I'm sorry against the other ladies, because AEW still ain't figured out how to write them up. This gives her a serious, legitimate threat to the title who's not about BS.
I like that. Static.
Everybody's answer is Saraya and Britt Baker, but I'm leaning towards Jade on this one because because the TBS title hasn't been really relevant lately. Even though Jade is doing her damage to make it look, she's trying to damage to make it look like it's a big deal, and much love to her for doing that. But yeah, I would like to see Saraya and Jade go at it.
Okay. All right, folks, we have spoken. Me personally, it's Saraya's first match. I would say let her get her legs back going up against Serena Deeb. Definitely, I would love to see her and Toni Storm, maybe even for the title. But if we're gonna have anyone take that belt off of Jade Cargill, I would love for it to be Saraya, and get some new blood going after both women's titles. So yeah, definitely would love to see that. Then we moved on to the main event of the evening, the Grand Slam tournament final match. 3-time world champion Jon Moxley versus 6-time world champion, the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. And ladies and gentlemen, this match was fucking stiff. These guys tried to murder each other, and I love them for doing that for me. They're
members of the Blackpool Combat Club for a reason, bro.
Dude, these two niggas went the fuck at it. I missed it Wednesday night. Yo, the replay, I'm in my office like I'm like this because I'm trying to control myself because I'm watching the match, but I got people around me like I can't really nerd out. Turning fucking red. I was like, oh shit. I'm losing my mind.
Like this is really
I was watching that at work too. Somebody actually walked by and saw one of the stiff shoves and they just went, damn. Right? Out loud.
Hey Chris, what's going on?
Shout out to Blur's Eye View. Chris popping up in here. What's going on, my guy? But yeah, classic match. But in the end, we now have a 4-time world champion, 3-time AEW world champion, Jon Moxley. What do we think? Because I was really, really hoping that it was gonna be Bryan, but in the end, we put the belt back on Mox.
Well,
I'm a tad disappointed that Bryan Danielson didn't get it, but I mean, I'm glad it's on Moxley. I like Moxley too.
I think it'll be that won't be easier for MJF because he's gonna cash in. But if he does beat Mox, because Mox, bleeds and all of that, and but nobody could see, like it's possible. It's like a 50-50 chance with Mox, but nobody could see MJF beating Danielson. Like you wouldn't see that. It's not if Danielson got the belt and they wanted to try and give it to MJF, like without him, shooting him, he wouldn't be able to get it off of him. But I don't know. I personally can't see him getting off Mox, but they could write it, but it'd be more believable, I guess. I don't know. I don't know.
I definitely see that happening. I definitely would love I would love MJF to cash in and take the belt off of whoever has it at the moment, because if you think about it, the list of champions that have held that title, none of them have been AEW originals. I mean, if we start with Jericho, Mox, Kenny Omega and Adam Page didn't really originate AEW. They just started there, but they were made famous all across the world, especially New Japan.
Right.
We had Punk, John Moxley having 2 title runs. Then we had CM Punk, and now back to Moxley. There's never been an AEW original to actually hold the AEW championship. So I honestly want MJF to cash in and take this thing. But that's just how Nick speaks. Moving on to SmackDown.
Thank you for skipping over me.
Quick question.
Thank you for skipping over me. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Quick question. What was your opinion on the ROH title change?
I think my other 2 colleagues were pretty unanimous with not liking it.
Okay, so it wasn't just me that was like throwing stuff at night.
Fam.
No, it wasn't just you,
bruh. Just okay.
Jericho did not need that.
He's had everything else. Like,
there is no point in him getting that.
You know what? They could have been being petty and decided to put it on him just to say, well, CM Punk is the only one who's been the WWE champion, World Heavyweight champion, and Ring of Honor champion, and AEW champion. We got one too, Chris Jericho. I'm like, yeah, but
guess what, nigga?
You messed over Claudio for that,
right?
You know, yeah. You took away something in someone who is an ROH original. Him and Chris Hero were the kings of wrestling and the tag team champions for how long? And then you put it on a man who honestly didn't need it. I want to see Claudio go far. We've seen WWE screw over Claudio, and that's what I was getting from this. I felt like they were screwing this man over, and they made him transitional just so that you can give it to Jericho.
Yeah, now, Claudio has been getting dissed left and right, man. Like, he's too good for this.
And it goes back to what y'all were saying a couple of weeks ago. It just shows how Tony is not. He moved too fast. He's moving too fast with Ring of Honor. He's not building it like he could. You know, it's just let's put somebody big in there so it can get some attention. He's not taking his time with it, and I think he's messing it over at this point.
My thing is, Ring of Honor honestly needs to be its own show.
Yes,
it needs to be its own show so you can highlight. Not only can you highlight the champions, but you can bring in talent that was in Ring of Honor before, the Dak Drapers, the PCO, all of them. Bring them back and start putting on clinics once again, because that's what made Ring of Honor different. Because the wrestling was gourmet. Okay, they know how to put it on. I mean, just oh dear Lord.
I would say put Rampage back on TBS. Put Rampage back on TBS. And put Ring of Honor on TNT. That's how that shit could work.
There you go.
It's like ever since Tony got Ring of Honor, he just mistreated all the people who were already champions when he bought it. Like, he got the titles off of the Briscoes and gave it to FTR. He fucked over Jonathan Gresham. And now Chris Jericho's the ROH champion. And he took the women's title off of
Mercedes Martinez. Which I did not appreciate.
She's not champion anymore?
No.
Who's Ring of Honor Women's champion now?
Dang. See? We don't know.
Wow.
Holy, wait, whoa. Hold on one motherfucking second. Who is
because it was
the Ring of Honor Women's champion right now? I'm scrolling through. Give me hold on.
I was about to say Deonna Purrazzo. I'm like, nope, not you.
Yeah, she was the ROH champion before Tony bought it,
Mm-hmm.
No,
and she got screwed over.
well, on the roster it's still showing Mercedes Martinez. But
Okay,
then
so
again,
that's-
she hasn't been on TV in like for fucking ever either, though.
Precisely. If you really want to do something with that title, put the ROH champion against the Ring of Honor champion and create a best of 7 series, champion versus champion. At the end of the series, the winner is the undisputed Ring of Honor AEW World Women's Champion. Put all of the wrestlers on the roster.
As long as they don't fucking put it on like Ty Mello, I'm good.
What should be with Tom Mello?
Everything. I'm sorry. Why did they change her? Why?
Well, the name change was her idea. Because she got
She-
divorced from somebody whose last name was Conti. So
Someone should take a wet sponge and smack her across the face with that.
What did she do?
she didn't do anything. I just don't want to see her as Ring of Honor World Champion.
Honestly, no.
if you said Nix gets the hand pick, fuck, give it to Ruby. Or
Yeah.
give it to Athena.
Yeah.
Hell.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Give
Athena.
it to fucking Abaddon for all I care. Just don't put it on top.
Yo, where the hell is Abaddon? Yo, she was interesting as hell when she came out. She's talking about
She's
someone who takes her gimmick seriously. Oh yeah, we gotta fire you. You keep making a mess on the stage when you bleed with your fake blood. Yeah, you can't be here anymore.
All right,
What?
moving on to SmackDown. Logan Paul invited Roman Reigns to his press conference in Las Vegas. This is building up the feud between him and Roman for Crown Jewel. Ricochet then went on to defeat Sami Zayn. Wait, no. That wasn't this Friday. That was last Friday.
Yeah.
Hold on, I got my notes all wrong here.
I was gonna say, did I saw that SmackDown? I don't remember that happening.
Hold on here. Give me a
this
second.
past
Let me.
week.
It's the
Is he taking his ginkgo biloba? That's all I need to know.
He's tired.
Fucking shit. Sorry.
Give
it's
me
like
a
the
moment.
bloodline cut a promo, and they made
Oh yeah.
Sammy an honorary Uso.
Honorary Uso. He looked like Santa had visited him. I love him so much.
He looks so happy. Like he looks like a little
he
happy
could
kid.
smell everything. He was like overjoyed. I felt so happy for him.
It's gonna hurt your heart when they finally just turn on him,
Yeah.
because you know it's happening.
Yep.
Yeah, but see, this is an example of a fantastic storyline
Mhm.
that has splinters that are still good stories. So when it does all explode, it's going to be magnificent.
Yeah.
And the funniest thing about this is Jey Uso is selling this like he really does not like Sammy. And every
Yeah.
time you see him together, you always get a picture of him just side eyeing Sammy.
He take the mic from him. Yeah.
He right now is the walking, talking epitome of bruh. You see his face. That's exactly what he's saying right now, bruh.
Except he looks like he's ready to kill him.
Yeah. But I was thinking about this too. When they do turn against Sammy and Sammy goes face, can we please let him have his old music back and the entrance and everything?
Yeah.
Yes.
Please, because that was nostalgic for me. And when he was in NXT, yo, I got excited with that shit.
I'm calling it now though. Like the moment they turn on Sammy, Kevin Owens is gonna come to his aid, and they're gonna start a feud for the tag titles. Kevin and Sammy gonna fight the Usos.
I hope so. All right, so we're good now. I'm recalibrated. Friday Night SmackDown for this past Friday. We open up the show with the Bloodline in the ring. We're making Solo Sikoa finally acknowledge Roman as his tribal chief, and he did so as he should have, because that's what you do when you got one cousin really bringing all the money into the family. So that's what you're supposed to do.
Good job, Juice.
Yes. And then we gave Sammy a new T-shirt. He's the honorary Uso now. That was hilarious. Then we had a SmackDown Women's Champion, Liv Morgan versus Lacey Evans. My son didn't even recognize Lacey Evans. He was like, "Who is that?" I'm like, Lacey Evans. Like, oh my God, it's Lacey Evans.
I didn't know she was still there.
Yeah. Who knew she was still employed? But anyway,
It's AC Levens. Yeah.
Liv Morgan won that.
What Rick did.
Right. Liv Morgan won that match, but then things got extreme. Liv Morgan hit Lacey Evans with a insane senton on the outside onto a chair to show that she can get extreme, gearing up for her Extreme Rules match versus Ronda Rousey. She's still gonna get destroyed.
I feel like of all the people that would give Liv, she's the champ, to give her a run for her money, they shouldn't have let Lacey give her that much of. It's Lacey, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
they shouldn't have let her give Liv that much of a run for her money because she was whooping her during that match. It was a little bit too much. Like she was mocking her at one point. Like this is Lacey, you know, it's not Shayna or you know somebody else that you like. Yeah, I feel for you, Liv, but this is somebody that they should have used this. Let her. She should have been extreme the whole match.
I would. You know what? I would have. You know who I would put in Lacey Evans' place? I would have put like Carmella. Like Carmella would just start talking trash, and all of a sudden Liv would just snap and just annihilate her.
Yeah, she could have done that to Lacey. Like they didn't have to let Lacey get over like that.
You know what I would really like? I would love for them to have a faction of women, 3 or 4, that is so dark. It reminds me of House of Black on their side, where they have carte blanche to do just about anything with no apologies, just like the Wyatt family. I would love to see some shit like that.
Yeah, they did have something like that at Lucha Underground. It was a whole bunch of Japanese female wrestlers in this one dark group, and they was giving Penta a run for his money.
What?
Yeah, like Kairi. I think it was Kairi Sane and Io Shirai was in the group.
Oh my goodness.
And I believe Sana was part of that too, but she didn't stay very long. But still. But I would love to see that because that adds another facet to the frilly, pretty, beautiful side. Now let's see some dark, dirty shit. Okay, let's see something people go, did you see what so and so did?
I mean, you kind of got it with Rhea Ripley.
Kind of, but she running with the dudes, you know.
Exactly.
But let Nikki get back to Nikki Cross. You know,
let Nikki Cross
and let her lead them. Let her have somebody crazy like when AJ Lee, you know, was. Let her lead a faction of little crazies and let them.
And the faction be called the Little Crazies.
The Little Crazies.
I think I might know who I want in the team. I got Nikki. Since Dewdrops would have just put her in there.
Piper Niven, yep.
Yeah, have Liv be in there.
Well, after she let her lose to Ronda, and then she just snapped.
Yeah.
Do them like with Julia Hart. When
Julia it could be Hart like an all-female version of Sanity.
Oh God. I love them so much.
Here's a theory that I have seen come across the onlines and the dirt sheets and what have you. So
I love it. Let's do it.
We may be getting ready for a new Wyatt family, but we will hop into that in just a second.
The White Rabbit.
That's like that, and they'll be like, "No, we're not talking."
No. I gotta give you a little.
You already know.
I gotta give you a little bit of breadcrumb before I give you the big meal. So let's move on. The New Day, Max and Male models.
Can we get rid of them, please?
New Day won that. Then we had the Behemoth match. We had Godzilla versus Kong. I'm sorry, Braun Strowman versus Otis. Braun Strowman, of course, won that because he's gearing up for this big fan fight.
I'm glad they let my friend wrestle, though. They let Otis wrestle. I felt good for my friend.
Otis is more like Otis is more like Gamera. You know, he is big up top, but he's stubby in the arms. You know, he just
that's totally Gamera.
He's a chunky baby.
He is. I'm gonna let my friend wrestle. He got his match.
Squeeze out.
We then had women's tag team champion Dakota Kai take on Raquel Rodriguez. History between those two, of course. Raquel Rodriguez picked up the win, thank God, because I'm glad Dakota Kai didn't win that match. It would look crazy. Then we had the final match of the night, the undisputed tag team titles. The Usos taking on the Brawling Brutes. Of course, there was interference from Gunther and Imperium, and to help the Usos take on another night of being champions.
The ones.
Yeah. The ones, baby. But
you see the look on my face. You see the look on my face. There's a big W across my face. Why?
To end our week in wrestling, we have
Nazis do.
to end y'all stupid. AEW Rampage Grand Slam Night 2. We had a no DQ match with Darby Allin and Sting taking on the House of Blacks, Brody King and Buddy Matthews.
What a beater, fam.
That was so good.
Hell of a match. Hell of a match.
Beater, my goodness.
But the highlight of that for me, because you know the kid in me is a big Sting fan. We had the lights go out, and when they came back up, we had the motherfucking Great Muta. Oh my god, son! Do you know how marked out I was in my chair at work to see the Great Muta and Sting on the same side, my guy?
Fam, when that light came up and I saw that ring, that ring gear, I screamed because I knew who it was. One of my neighbors like, "Are you okay?" "Yeah, I'm fine.
Muta and
didn't he look good though?
He looked good.
Muta and Sting and Halloween Havoc was my favorite matches of all time.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Ooh, goosebumps.
I remember when him and Muta teamed up against Vampiro and the Insane Clown Posse. That was so good. That was so good.
Yeah, that was a good one too. Then we had FTW champion Hook and Action Bronson taking on Angelo Parker and Matt Menard.
That was a surprisingly good match. Action Bronson you could see something there with this boy. I'm like, okay, all right, sir.
Like, he's the second rapper in wrestling who has surprised us all. First we had Bad Bunny, now we got Action Bronson. Let me find out that hip hop needs their own professional wrestling organization. Let me find out.
To be fair, Action Bronson looked like he deserves to be in the ring. You see how he had the elbows and knee pads on with the cutoff shirt.
I actually saw a whole documentary on Action Bronson. Like, the dude is a hardcore pro wrestling fan.
Oh wow!
Like, he showed up at Wale Mania and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it definitely showed. Then we had TNT champion Wardlow and Ring of Honor World TV champion Samoa Joe take on Josh Woods and Tony Nese. Tony Nese, the smart Mark Sterling was powerbombed yet again. I'm starting to feel bad for this guy. He needs some financial compensation taking on these damn power bombs. But of course,
put him back in catering where he belongs. So put him back in the green room, okay?
Anyways, then we had a very, very pleasing match. Jungle Boy and Ray Phoenix. Yo,
that was a banger.
Run it back. Run it back. That was good. Of course,
that was one of those matches. Yeah, that was one of those matches where no matter whoever lost, still won because everybody was on their feet.
Jungle Boy is proving that he does not need that dinosaur. Okay, every week he is coming out there. He doing more and more. I'm like, okay, Mr. Perry.
And Ray Phoenix is proving that both him and Penta should like do some singles runs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Penta could be he could, like, as a heel, Penta could be a bastard, but you would never know because they don't use him.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because I've seen him on Lucha Underground. Penta was a bastard.
All of them were, man. Let Jeff Cobb come in, man. Let me see my tour of the islands just once.
Stop.
Just let me see my tour of the islands just once. Can I
Stop.
see that? Can I see that in AEW?
Stop.
Let me see my tour of the islands just once, and I'm happy. That's all. Just anybody. You can be Serpentico out there and give him tour of the islands. I'll be happy.
And Ray Phoenix could be a hell of a babyface because he was the Lucha Underground World Champion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ray
Like
Phoenix.
he can have if you let him, he can have the crowd on his side.
Oh yeah. Hell, let him beat Wardlow for the TNT Championship, and that shit would be fucking phenomenal.
Man.
Let it be. Oof.
But unfortunately, the biggest obstacle also happens to be the biggest ally, and that's Tony Khan.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Then we had a attempted murder. We had the Mad King Eddie Kingston versus Sammy Guevara.
Attempted murder.
Eddie wouldn't let go of the fucking hold.
He would.
I was like, oh, he's gonna kill this motherfucker for real.
He's like, oh, you gonna call me fat? You gonna call me fat?
I was like, oh shit. Eddie getting ready to kill this nigga. I know Lou, if you watching Baby Girl, I know you was loving this shit.
She ain't watching it. She's got her friend from out of town. She ain't watching us.
I thought Eddie was gonna murder this little dude.
I'm telling y'all, we said
and then they made it worse by reversing the decision.
Right? I'm like, okay, now you want to just piss him off?
when Eddie came to that ring during that match, he had that gasoline can. I said the same thing. Like, okay, they keep letting Eddie be himself, and he gonna kill somebody.
Let the Mad King come out.
Hey, you know, this was the only time that Ty Mello didn't get involved because she always gets involved in Sammy's matches. Nobody wants to smoke with Eddie.
He want that smoke.
Oh, she did get involved a couple times.
She's
smoking next week.
She did
just herself like, you know what? If he just dies, I'll collect the insurance money. I think we fine.
He dies.
She did just enough to kind of.
I'll make millions off of his merch after he dies.
Sure, I'd rather, like, if I was a wrestler, I'd rather take my chances with Moxley than I fuck with Eddie Kingston, bro.
For real.
Like,
yeah, Bryan Danielson.
I'll take on the whole Blackpool Combat Club before I get in the ring with Eddie Kingston.
Shoot, I'd rather get stumped out by the Bullet Club. Then go against Eddie Kingston.
I'll take an order of power bombs by Wardlow, please.
with a double-sided power bombs from Kevin Nash. Big Show style, if you feel me.
Sure, I'll even take the Switchblade's finisher as the icing. I'd rather take Switchblade.
Especially if Eddie's got a personal vendetta against you. Like, that's the word. These people that he don't really like he gets to like, okay, I'm gonna stop talking. No more talk. I see you in the ring. I can't go.
Like, he's pissed because he let his hair grow and everything. Like,
man.
I will take repeated chops from Walter before I get in the ring with Eddie Kingston.
Oh hell!
I would rather take a chops from Benoit and Flair together.
Shit.
It made my heart palpitate.
Okay. We went too far that time. We went too far. We went too far. TBS title match, Jade Cargill taking on Diamante. I'm pretty sure it was hard for Diamante to lose while her girlfriend was ringside, but it's okay because Trina was there, and with Trina's around, it's always a good time.
I was so confused last week during a promo, like, because we were doing something, and then I glanced back at the TV and I was like, was that Trina?
Yeah.
Then this week I was like, it was Trina. Oh.
They really trying to get the black audience because you had Action Bronson, Kevin Gates, Trina, Fabulous, West Side, bro. Yeah. They're really trying to get our views.
You lost me at Kevin Gates. I'm sorry. No,
they want that black
we
card.
We need to write Tony and be like, we were already watching. You know, we You want to treat it like that? That's enough.
Now you just wait. You just wait. Like Tony's gonna bring some of the Wu-Tang on the show because Method Man and Raekwon, they're both wrestling fans.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but now we're going into pandering, and that right there is gonna make people just not want to come. It's like, oh, Wu-Tang's gonna be on there, nigga. When? Why?
Bring Meth.
Bro, if you have but at the same time, if you have Wu-Tang in anything, people will eat that up.
Shut up! I heard you.
Wu-Tang, Wu-Tang.
Yeah, whatever.
You really impressed me. You want to bring Wu-Tang in? Bring him in as part of Private Party. Let's start building up the homegrown talent once again.
Yes.
Let's start bringing
have Method Man manage him. You know.
No, not Method Man.
Just title shot. Yeah, let him be AEW champ. Let Method Man. Let him do all of it. Y'all see, he in fighting shape. Y'all seen him? Meth in fighting shape.
Y'all, I'm tell you what.
It's just three of us now, y'all. Let's just talk for a while.
Wow, we're not gonna do that. Wow, you have to.
So, we had the Grand Slam Battle Royal winner gets a future title shot at the AEW Championship. You cooled off yet? You cooled off yet?
I got kicked out. Oh no!
Wow.
Well deserved.
That's horrible. That's horrible.
First of all, I didn't even see that coming. First of all, so also like, what are we losers? You're in the same house. What the hell?
It's not just Simon Miller who has the finger of power. Okay, just want to let y'all know. It's not
the finger poke of doom.
I got nothing.
I guess
Grand Slam Golden Ticket Battle Royale. Winner wins a future title shot. We had Hangman Adam Page, Roosh, The Blade, The Butcher, and The Dark Order come out. It was pretty wild. The end of the match, we had Roosh and Hangman going head to head. In the end, we had Hangman eliminate Roosh, and now Hangman gets an AEW World Title shot of I guess it's of his choosing, or he just gets one in the future at some point. We will see. And then we had our main event, a lights out match. Powerhouse Hobbs versus Absolute Ricky Starks.
You forgot to go Powerhouse.
Yeah, Powerhouse.
No.
This one was actually really good. This was really good. I can't front.
This was a banger. And you know, one thing I love about Ricky Starks is I first started watching him when he was in NWA, when he was the TV champion. And you could see right there, he's got that ick factor, and he makes it seem so easy. The sell he was doing in this match,
yeah.
Nothing against Hobbs, but Hobbs still doesn't know how to sell shit.
He's still kind of dry, yeah.
He's still like,
but I got high hopes for Hobbs though.
I do too. I got high hopes for both of them. But I was glad to see Ricky finally get his revenge against Hobbs. This was a good way to end this. I appreciated how they put the nice little ribbon on the end for AEW Grand Slam. This was good. All right, y'all. Let's hop into the news for this week. So, Bray Wyatt or not, the mystery white rabbit gimmick is a good sign for Triple H with this WWE tease we've been getting. There have been many signs with lights. We've even had a QR code where you can download a little white rabbit game on your mobile device.
Hangman.
Yeah.
Right? It was Hangman, yeah.
We even had it happen at one of the house shows. It's kind of hitting on the nose to say that this is gonna be Bray Wyatt, but you know, I was gonna entertain the fact that maybe if it's not, who could it be? But yeah, it's gotta be nobody other than Bray Wyatt, and hopefully we will see that happen very, very soon. Maybe Extreme Rules, maybe even as a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble. But here's a theory that I have: we may have a new Wyatt family coming, because if we all remember the 4 characters, I guess the characters he had in the Firefly Funhouse, we had that pig, the real Abby the Witch, and there was the Rambling Rabbit, right?
Right.
What if these are characters synonymous with actual wrestlers who are there today? Like Rambling Rabbit might be Karrion Kross. Abby the Witch could be Scarlett. And maybe the Husky Pig guy could be Braun coming back.
But didn't the Rambling Rabbit, didn't he get killed all the time?
Yeah, and Karrion Kross was also released. It's a theory that I saw online. I thought it was pretty interesting to see what you guys thought, but it's pretty much guaranteed that this is going to be the return of Bray Wyatt. I'm interested to see what this gimmick is going to be or what's going to be like. If this is of Bray Wyatt's brainchild, it's going to be great. It's just that I don't want him to bring in yet another new persona and it gets buried
or stolen.
Well, we ain't got to worry about that now because Vince is gone. You know.
Yeah, the main subjugator was he who eats steaks with two-tone ties, and he is no longer an issue. I do like the misdirection, though. I do like the misdirection. Now everybody is turning into a conspiracy theorist when they watch Raw and SmackDown. Now they're waiting for that. There's a QR code. Get the phone. There's a QR code. Did you pause it? No.
It's like Disney Plus. Get the QR code.
Honey, did you get the QR code? No.
Pause it.
Mom. You're grounded. You only had one job, you little fucker.
Damn.
Right. But Bray, like, he came up with his own gimmicks. That was like part of his thing. And so I mean, between the Wyatt family and the Funhouse, you know, the Fiend, I'm interested to see
for real,
like, what his mind is twisted. So,
and that's what drove Vince crazy too, because this was something that he didn't create that blew up. And I honestly think behind the scenes, Vince was sabotaging at every opportunity. Pure sabotage, because you had a faction that started in NXT that was dominant in NXT. And then you bring it and they have a mystical, supernatural air that draws everybody to the TVs, to the stadiums. If they know that Bray Wyatt is coming and the Wyatt family, oh, folks, tickets was being sold out because they just wanted to see the Firefly entrance. That alone was worth the price of admission.
It sure was.
And you know you're awesome if The Undertaker is big up in you. The Undertaker loved the Fiend gimmick, and he loved the Firefly cultist gimmick.
Yeah. And just the transitions between when he was Bray and Firefly, when he came back, like, cause he, you know, transitioned from, you know, the Firefly to the Funhouse. And when I remember he showed up in the Funhouse with that ponytail, and he was like, everybody was like, dang, that's scary. Like, and being all friendly, that was scarier than the Fiend to me, because it was like,
okay,
this is serial killer vibes right here.
Right. It was like,
hi, everybody. Ah, how you doing? Yeah.
Yowie, like, get the fuck out of my house.
It was
here's your pizza, Mr. Nix. Leave it on the porch.
Leave it there.
This dude got people chanting Yowie Wowie.
Right.
Like, who? And what was more creepy than having a child sing "He's Got the Whole World in His Hand" to John Cena's face? That shit was that gave me nightmares, like legit fucking nightmares.
I would say the most most surreal moment was when he first introduced the lantern with the open mouth.
Oh my god.
When that, because first of all, everyone knows his entrance. When you hear that, the lights go out and you hear that music, you get goosebumps, because you know it's going to be an entrance. Everybody's got lights going and the fireflies are all over the place. But when he put that lantern on that ring apron, I lost my mind. I said, we're throwing icons in this. That old school would have been like Fuck, I wish I'd have thought of that. Well,
Right.
you know what? He came from a wrestling family, and what are the Wyndhams and the Rotundas? Come on, man. You got two dynasties that he's a part of. This man's already had a foundation in pro wrestling since he was a kid.
Sure, he even had Steve Austin on his podcast going, "Hey, that's one hell of a gimmick, son."
Right. Shout out to Bray Wyatt, man. I really hope it is you coming back. All right, y'all. We're going on week 3 talking about this nigga, but this may be good news depending upon who you are. So Wade Keller from PW Torch has been reporting on a third-party investigation into the fallout from AEW's recent All Pay-Per-View post-show, where Punk went on a spectacular rant that even left boss Tony Khan rather speechless. Then the reigning AEW champ got into a backstage altercation with Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. Everyone involved was suspended, but Keller is keen to stress that Punk probably won't be back on Dynamite once the aforementioned investigation is complete. In other words, that could be a wrap on his year-long AEW run. So this may be the shortest, most spectacular, yet most disgraceful run in a company ever from a guy who is the voice of the voiceless, the Second City Saint, CM Punk. And I hate to say it, but if this is the end for him as far as AEW or even professional wrestling, good, because when you reach that certain level of, I guess it's a word tonight, out of touchness,
narcissism.
Yeah.
It's time for you to go, dog. I'm sorry. It's time for you to go.
And you know, it's a hard pill to swallow when you realize Triple H was right all along.
Not me. I was outside, my guy.
Only thing I could say is he should have taken his lithium. He would have been just fine.
Lithium?
If he took his lithium, he'd be just fine.
Only
because he's being a two-face.
Yeah. I got nothing to say except nah.
No, we're not even gonna waste the song. The song's got more respect than that. We're not even gonna waste the song. Just go. Nah. There you go. That's all he gets is a nah.
But not just Triple H. When MJF cut that promo where he gave us like shades of a baby face, that it was this really, he was talking about CM Punk, and he was talking about how, you know, MJF was said when he was younger, CM Punk was supposed to be the voice of voiceless, and he was a little fat Jewish kid, and then CM Punk was just like gone. And then MJF was saying like, and then I hear through the grapevine, you know, that you're not who we thought you were, and that made him, MJF, work harder and become who he is. But it was like he just out CM Punk in that promo. That's what I was thinking. Like he called him out, and I remember at the end of it, CM Punk came out and he was asking, like, he didn't have a mic, but he was mouthing. He was like, "Is that true? Is that true?" And like everything that MJF was saying, but just thinking about it, it was like, oh, so all this stuff that everybody been saying was actually, that's disappointing, you know, like, but you know, he could have prevented it. He wanted to come over a certain way, and he had the opportunity to shut up, or, you know, or to do it another way. He could have done it off camera. He could have settled it like a gentleman or whatever, and he chose to do what he did, and he's gonna pay. He's paying for it. It's his own fault.
Yeah, the rumor is that AEW's Tony Khan will buy out the rest of his contract and just let Punk go about his business.
Well, that's Tony's fault too. Because during that whole press thing, Tony could have shut it down.
Yeah, that whole scrum. Yeah.
Like once this is over, start building up the people that's been there since day one. Start building up your Sammy. Start building up Jungle Boy, Wardlow, all the people that's busting their ass and you barely noticing them.
Yeah.
How many pieces of talent have come through, and we seen them on AEW Dark when they were at Daly's place? and we saw them coming and performing, and just like, yo, where's Red Velvet? Where the hell's Bear Country? Where is all this talent that's come in that could benefit from their names being built up? I kind of feel like in a lot of ways, but see, I kind of feel like in a lot of ways, this is kind of turned into what TNA was trying to do. Let's bring in all the legends. This is what we could do. No, you got the talent right here, fool. You had the Kid Cash, you had the Jerry Lees, you had the AJ Styles, you had America's Most Wanted. You had everything. So build it. Build a cult following off of what you have, and people will come to you because you are an alternative instead of seeing the same face.
And they was really very close to doing that until like 2010 when Hogan and Bischoff walked in. That's when it just changed for the worse.
Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about that bullshit because that was hot garbage.
Those two monkey would have never made it into my company. Like, I can bring it. No, leave. Matter if you want to work here, there's concessions. Bischoff, you clean the toilets, and Hogan, you sell the hot dogs, and don't eat the motherfuckers either.
Well, nice segue into Impact because this past weekend,
something about hot dogs. You said nice segue.
This past weekend on Impact's Victory Road, Bobby Fish showed up, but that isn't the big story about Bobby Fish. Bobby Fish reportedly attempted to convince his Undisputed Era stablemates to leave AEW for WWE. Wrestling Observer's Ryan Frederick cited the now former All Elite talent was said to have been trying to get Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly to ask for their AEW releases, but the duo reportedly told their Undisputed pal no. Fish has exactly kept his loyalty to his former employer, and the figurine now staring the WWE main roster creative ship quite in recent times, even going as far as to state that he would go to war for him 7 days a week when discussing Papa H last month. Well, if Papa H does have you come back, it'll just be you. And who else is over there now? I can't think of the guy's name now. Roderick Strong. Just be two of you guys.
He'll probably just be on the new NXT, like just helping these young kids from the Performance Center get up, you know.
Bobby was only more impactful when he was with Kyle O'Reilly.
Exactly.
When they were Red Dragon.
Although he could really fight. Like I've seen him in some MMA bouts. Yeah, that dude can fight.
Oh yeah, it's almost like what's his name? Simon Gotch.
Yeah.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Simon can go.
Another one people that don't know can whoop some ass.
Yeah.
Santino.
Yeah.
Santino Morella can fucking fight. He is a beast.
Unfortunately, they were the victims of gimmicks.
Yeah.
It had been many times Santino and Jim Cornette almost fought.
That's crazy.
Have you seen the one that was caught on video? Like Jim Cornette was all up in his face about the Boogeyman gimmick that was years ago. Because I think what happened was that FCW was still a thing, and they debuted the Boogeyman, and he was supposed to be this terrifying character, and then they caught Santino Morella just laughing in the background at the Boogeyman, and that pissed Cornette off, and ever since then he's been beefing with Santino.
That's crazy.
A sneeze would piss off Cornette.
I know, right? Doesn't take much.
It's like a chew. Why are you sneezing? What you sneezing for? What you allergic to? Everything.
He can lose his remote control. It's like, motherfucking remote control. It never shows
I tell you what, that damn remote control will be back in my hands by the end of this match, or else we're going to have a tag team match. We're going to think about Smoky Mountain Wrestling, and we're going to do it the right way. God damn, Cornette.
Thank you, fuck you, bye.
Oh, God. Wow. Well, that just ruined our chance of getting Jim Cornette on the podcast.
Well, there we go.
Oh, yeah. I'm really heartbroken.
I know, right?
Yeah, I'm just devastated.
Without
the Midnight Express. Yeah, I'm really heartbroken.
I ain't gonna lie. I still listen to the podcast just for the laughs.
Lane, and we were doing our thing all up and down the Atlantic coast, winning championships and sleeping with women.
Or we were winning women and sleeping with championships. I don't know which one it is, but it was one of them two right there. As far as I'm concerned, the Midnight Express.
Jim Cornette, if you're listening, I apologize. If you ever want to come on, please just email me personally, and we'll do a one-on-one.
Absolutely.
I promise my colleagues won't be around.
By all means, I won't be.
Who can forget the Dairy Queen incident?
Yeah, right.
We ordered the damn shit because we're hungry because we didn't want to fuck around. So don't cuss me.
So other AEW releases have actually been happening. Tony Khan has been trying to put out several fires over the past summer, even leading to the fall. One of those was Malachi Black requesting his release. He was reportedly denied his release at first, but presumably he wanted to go because he had some mental health issues to deal with, but he wanted to get up out of there. Now, it is also rumored that other wrestlers have also requested their releases as well, but no names have come to light. Now, some of those names that have been mentioned have been FTR and Swerve Strickland, all citing that they have got feelers from Papa H wanting to bring them back because, of course, those were his boys back in NXT. There's also an unknown AEW original who may be requesting their release and wanting to go to WWE. Now,
I know Thunder Rosa requested her release too.
The question is,
she needs to go back to NWA and just stay there.
The question is, who is that AEW original who may want to go to WWE? Now, of course, we know that it's probably not MJF because, of course, he's signed a whole new deal, and from what I understand, it's a shitload of money.
It couldn't be one of the pillars.
Could it though?
I mean, they're all busy right now. Jungle Boy is still in the feud with Christian and now with Luchasaurus. Sammy is still doing the Jericho Appreciation Society thing, and plus he got his ass kicked by Eddie Kingston. Britt Baker, people count her as a pillar.
Technically Britt's not she kind of superimposed herself as one of the four pillars. But that fourth one that we're not thinking about right now, we already mentioned Sammy, we already mentioned Jungle Boy. MJF is already busy, but
Darby?
What is Darby really doing?
It could be Darby.
Unfortunately, Darby's style of wrestling, they would water it down.
Yeah.
And what he's built up to this point would end up it would no longer be the magic that Darby Allin creates. They would try to dumb it down too much.
And plus, I met Darby Allin twice. He's loving AEW. He's loved doing what he does. So it couldn't be Darby.
If I had to guess if it was one of the pillars, I would say Sammy.
Okay.
Because
I can see Sammy.
Him and his lady friend, there's more of a place for that.
It's his wife. They're married.
Like I said, Nipsey Bussell. That's what I said.
His lady friend. That kind of husband-wife team is more of a place for it. At WWE, the Miz and Mrs. and
Gargano and Candice LeRae.
Yeah. So it's more. If I had to guess, because it would be better for both of them, not just him.
Now, if not one of the four pillars, there are still several other AEW originals that it could possibly be. I mean, we're looking at the possibility that it could be one, if not both, members of Top Flight, maybe even Private Party.
Ooh.
I was just thinking Private Party.
Someone from the Dark Order, perhaps.
Like Johnny Hungy.
Oh, Johnny.
I can see John Silver going because that little joker.
Big Shotty Lee Johnson could possibly be going.
Oh yeah,
How are they not doing nothing with John Silver? That dude can go. I've seen that match. This dude had a match with Keith Lee, and it stole the show.
Mm-hmm.
What about the captain? I loved him.
Yeah.
Right now, Santana and Ortiz aren't doing anything right now.
Hell, are they even getting along?
I think it might be Santana.
Either way, it's painful.
We also have not seen Scorpio Sky in a very long time.
I said that a couple of weeks ago. Yo, where is my boy at? Yo, Ethan's man.
Like after he lost the TNT title, he just disappeared.
Yeah. And we also got to consider some women as well, too, because, I mean, granted, right now she is injured, but, I mean, who has had worse luck on that roster than Chris Statlander?
Yeah, her knee, she's going to be out for
the Red Velvet.
And
I mentioned her, too. Where is my Red Velvet at?
Oh, Red.
Minus her tweets, Nyla Rose does not exist.
Yo, where the hell is Nyla?
But we haven't seen Sonny Kiss since he joined
Trust Busters.
They joined Trust Busters. Yeah,
they did a few matches on Dark, but again,
the Acclaim roast him in a rap. That was about it.
It's like, you know what? I don't know his name. Was it Beauregard or whatever the hell his name is? You know, he reminds me of
Parker
Roadkill, huh?
Parker Boudreaux, you mean, right?
Parker Parker underwear drawer.
Parker Boudreaux.
I said what I said.
Underwear drawer.
Parker underwear drawer. There you go.
This guy.
Every time I see him, you know, he reminds me of Roadkill, the Amish chicken plucker from ECW.
Oh yes.
Every time I see him, I think of Roadkill, him and Danny Doring, just chickens. I'm like, if you do that, I will piss on myself laughing. I lie to you not.
That's hilarious. Oh man. But yeah, that is our news and our pod for the evening. Maybe Montel, final thoughts.
There's still time to fix what's wrong. Just stop focusing on bringing in people that have already established themselves. Work with what you have and you can make magic. Stop knee-jerk reacting to what WWE is doing because they already got their own house to clean right now.
Right.
So just keep your house in order and everything will be smooth because the fans are the ones that are going to win.
Absolutely. KD.
I hope that Tony is smart with Saraya because I know Stephanie likes to take credit for the whole Divas thing, but it was when she was Paige then, the whole Give Divas a Chance movement. It was a hashtag that Paige started, and she was the one that really jump-started the whole new women's movement in the women's division. So if she has that kind of power all outside of her ring skills, I hope he uses it. I really do. I hope he uses it.
Stack Jones, baby.
Please let it be Bray Wyatt.
Amen, brother. Amen.
I just want Bray back, man, because the way they released it was just so was uncalled for.
Yeah. As far as I'd say, CM Punk, it's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. Peace out. Well, folks, that wraps up another episode of the
Pound Down
Pod. The one and only, my one and only KD. Static Jones, baby, of Blurred Over. This has been the CCW podcast. As always, y'all, we bid you adieu. Goodbye. And good night. Bang.